Today, we're going to walk through how to repackage your low ticket B2B SaaS subscription model into a high value upfront partnership that generates immediate cash flow and predictable revenue. And these are from lessons I've learned from working with everyone from publicly traded enterprises all the way down to pre revenue startups. Now, if you aren't familiar with who I am, my name is Clingain, and I'm the founder of Ascension. And what we do is we partner with B2B SaaS companies to help them build out scalable client acquisition systems. And today we're going to cover three core topics. One, why relying on low ticket subscriptions as your primary revenue driver is killing your growth. Two, how repackaging an upfront offer is going to solve your cash flow problem immediately. And three, the exact process I take my own clients through to build their 10K plus upfront offer. Now, before we do that, let's talk about what most B2B SaaS companies use to scale. Most companies will offer some sort of free trial or demo to get users onto the platform. They'll then try to convert those users into paying customers. Ultimately, they'll have to wait 6 to 12 months for payback to recoup those initial client acquisition costs. And then the only way to scale that is going to be through more paid ads or content marketing. And this playbook is fundamentally broken for three core reasons. One, free trials simply don't convert. 90% of free trial users never actually activate. That leads to cash flow bottlenecks. So let's just say, metaphorically, we've got a client acquisition cost at $250 to $600. And if we're charging even $99 per month, many companies charge much less than that. Profitability will only come after 3 months minimum. Plus, that's not even taking into account where most SaaS companies see at least a 10 to 20% churn. So if the customers we pay to acquire, many of those are leaving after 1 to 2 months, it means we're losing money on every acquisition, making all the other ones even more expensive. Alongside these three core challenges, if we're looking at the bigger client acquisition picture, we also face a low intent problem. So subscription buyers that never really have a connection to the platform, they're going to generate weak testimonials that make it nearly impossible to build compelling ads, funnels, or authority. So our best case scenario is we get a testimonial in a 30 to 60 second low value video. And if that's the best case scenario, that really does not give us the social proof we need to scale even further. So when you combine all of these, we've got low profit per customer, unpredictable churn patterns, weak social proof materials, slow payback period, which makes it nearly impossible to scale at a profitable level. And this is why high ticket has the ability to solve these problems. First of all, it gives us immediate cash flow. So if we can collect 1 to 2 years of upfront implementation fees, that cash can be reinvested immediately into more paid ads, engineers, onboarding, sales support, customer success, you name it. Cash solves every problem within the business. Two, it's going to lead to better client results. So if a customer puts more skin in the game, that high ticket revenue enables us to do done for you onboarding, advanced setup, integrations, consulting, and once again, deep customer success support, which better client results is going to lead into higher intent social proof. So high ticket buyers are serious and they'll be willing to provide 10 to 12-minute case studies showing exactly what we took them through from problem to implementation to results with your solution. Then we're going to be able to take that social proof and share it with the next cycle of client acquisition, which is going to make our sales process much smoother and our close rates much higher. And advantage number 4 is a process like this is going to give us predictability and scale. So we're not going to be wondering if a user is going to activate after the free trial. We'll be able to measure everything from lead to show rate to qualification to close rate, which is going to build a highly predictable sales process, ultimately impacting how predictable our revenue growth is. And once we get this system off the ground, our social proof quality is going to skyrocket. So even if we can just close 2 to 3 of these high ticket deals per month, that's just going to generate 6+ comprehensive case studies per quarter, showcasing real transformation. And as we're able to track prospects from beginning to end, that's also going to have the compounding effects long term, because high ticket case studies are going to reduce our future client acquisition costs. They'll help us build brand authority and give us the ability to optimize full funnel performance. Now, step 1 to making all of this happen is we need to identify high value services that you can bundle. And the foundation of building any style of high ticket offer is we ultimately just want to reduce your client's speed of time to value, which makes your goal super simple. It's going to be, how do I help my clients experience ROI faster than they ever could on their own? And this isn't about adding fluff or more features. This is really about identifying and eliminating any sort of friction, accelerating implementation, and guaranteeing results. And there's 6 core ways we look at doing this. So we can do done for you onboarding. So this is where we take complete ownership of the setup process. We can configure accounts, import data, establish workflows, and ensure everything works perfectly before the client takes it over, which is going to eliminate the learning curve completely. Opportunity number 2 is going to be custom implementation or integrations. So we really want to make sure your software fits into their current tech stack. So we can build out API integrations, some data migrations, any sort of custom configurations. We just want to make sure your solution fits perfectly into their existing ecosystem. Opportunity number 3 is going to be consulting and advisory sessions. So we can provide strategic guidance that goes beyond the software. We really just want to help them optimize their processes, identify any opportunities, and just make smarter decisions. We want to position ourselves as a trusted advisor, not just another software vendor. And the fourth opportunity to increase your ticket size can be something as simple as priority support packages. So you just offer dedicated support channels, faster response times, direct access to senior team members, which ultimately removes all barriers to success for them with white glove service. And if you want to take that to the next level, you can build out annual packages with white glove support. So you bundle annual licensing with premium support, quarterly business reviews, and dedicated account management, which creates a premium solution that justifies the investment. So whether you're going to create your solution around the 6 opportunities I presented with you here, or think of some on your own, just know that every service in your bundle should directly accelerate your client's speed to results. Now we've got an outline of different services we can bundle to create a 10,000 plus upfront offer for you, but we've got to figure out what the right service is for you. And in order to do that, that brings us to step 2, where we need to map out every problem your buyer has. The best way to do that is to look at the entire customer journey. So you might think your software helps a prospect solve X, when in reality they might think it helps them solve Y. So what we want to look at is everything from the pre-implementation obstacles. So what actually prevents someone being ready to use your software? Is it missing operational plans, unclear processes, lack of internal alignment, or incomplete data infrastructure? 2 is what sort of activation failures might they encounter? So why do users fail to activate? Is it complexity in setup, unclear next steps, technical barriers, insufficient training, or overwhelming feature sets without guidance? We want to create services around each and every one of those. 3, we want to look at the execution gaps. So what do they need to execute properly? Is it strategic frameworks? Is it proven templates? Is it comprehensive audits, ongoing consulting, or specialized expertise that they lack internally? They're coming to you for a reason. They want to use your software for a reason. Help them execute and build a service around that and charge them accordingly. And the 4th challenge we commonly see is internal bottlenecks. So what organization challenges slow adoption? Is it miscommunication between teams? Are we selling our software into the marketing department, but we know they're going to need approval from the finance department? How do we help them bridge that gap? Is there internal resistance to change? Is there competing priorities? Or is there just a lack of executive buy-in and support? How do we solve for each of those? Now, of course, there's a lot of factors to consider here, and that's why if we're able to charge for each and every one of them, we're going to be able to charge 10K plus upfront. And in order to get somebody to buy into a 5-figure solution, we need to ask ourselves some questions as well. So what problems exist before they can succeed with the software? What failures or complexity prevent activation? What frameworks, templates, or audits do they need? What internal bottlenecks slow adoption? And where do they lack expertise or resources? If we're able to answer those 5 questions and position ourselves accordingly to be able to solve them, that's when this process really takes off. And as you're trying to answer them, some common problem categories that we see is missing operational plans and strategy, the miscommunication between teams and departments that I mentioned, there's no existing workflows or accurate projections, internal resistance and adoption challenges is pretty common as well, and there's just a lack of technical expertise or integration knowledge. So for example, as you're mapping out these problems, let's say you offer a project management solution. If your clients commonly face unstandardized processes or there's training gaps internally, those become clear opportunities to add high value services into your package. And the action steps I want you guys to start building towards right now, it's going to be 1, identify the problems. So map every obstacle your client has to success. 2, design solutions, create services that eliminate each of those problems. And then 3, bundle it into an offer and package it as a complete transformation. And once you check off those 3 boxes, you, as well as your prospects, are going to be able to look at your business through a completely different lens. That's because buyers don't invest in software, they invest in outcomes. And when you're able to remove obstacles and guarantee outcomes, value delivered becomes far more important than price. Which brings us to step 3, and that's building a transformation based offer. So remember, we're not selling the software anymore, we're selling the implementation that enables the transformation. And there's most definitely a right way to do this as well as a wrong way to do this. So looking at the wrong positioning, what you could say is we provide project management software with advanced features, integrations, reporting capabilities. Sign up for $99 a month. Now, the correct way to sell a high ticket offer is we help you achieve 40% faster project delivery using our proven implementation system, including done for you setup, team training, and 90-day optimization. This alone is going to move your clients from pricing a software to valuing transformation, which ultimately is a fundamentally different economic decision. And what this could look like for your business as you begin to roll it out at a high level is week 1 to 2, you run your standard discovery, strategy, and custom implementation strategy. Week 3 to 4, it's done for you setup, integrations, and data migration. Week 5 to 6, team training, optimization, and initial results. Then week 7 onwards, ongoing support and transition to your regular subscription. And every time you're able to take a client through this process, the momentum effect is also going to kick in. Each successful implementation creates compelling social proof, which attracts more high intent buyers, which generates more case studies, and this creates a self-sustaining demand engine. However, to get this process off the ground, we do need to figure out how to sell the high ticket offer. The biggest things we want to focus on here is 1, leading with transformation. So we focus the ads and content on desired outcomes and problems being solved. Then we showcase the implementation pathway. So essentially what I just walked you through, we want to illustrate the journey from current state to successful outcome with your proven process. Once we've done that and we're up and running, we're also going to be able to start to leverage our high intent case studies even more. So once we get at the first few under our belt, it's going to create a self-sustaining demand engine for the next cycle of client acquisition. And once each of these clients have gone through this process, they're just going to naturally transition to our subscription anyways. So no free trial, no hoping that they activate. They've already put skin in the game. And because of that, we're going to face lower churn because they've already experienced massive value. So as you might be looking at this through different lenses, from a marketing focus, we really want to focus on outcomes over features. We want to put our case studies and testimonials to use, and we want to create educational content. In sales conversations, we're positioning ourselves as a strategic partner, not a vendor. We really want to understand the client challenges. Then we want to demonstrate the implementation. And once we nail those two, we're really going to be able to look at the long-term value for ourselves. We get immediate cash flow, we create more successful clients, and we get years of subscription revenue. And if you're able to start acting on this 3-step process that we walked through today, I'm confident you'll be closing 10K plus deals in cash collected in the next 6 to 7 weeks. By the end of next quarter, you'll be able to generate 6 to 12 new case studies and have a 70% churn reduction after implementation versus what you're currently doing with your trial users. And looking at it from the big picture for your company, this gives us a system that provides unlimited scaling opportunities. So we get higher intent buyers through the door. That leads to more successful implementations, which leads to better client results, which leads to stronger social proof, which ultimately brings us back to the top of more higher intent buyers. Now, if you have any questions about this process whatsoever, do not hesitate to let me know down in the comments below. Or if you are interested in what this would look like being built out for you, you can use the first link in the description to book a call with me personally, and I'll walk you through exactly step by step of what this would look like for your business. But if you've watched up to this point, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.